checking in with our seat. Notice, does the low belly and low back feel supported? Can you hang out here for a while? Do you want to put some cushions underneath there? Do you want to put a blanket over top of yourself? We're going to be sitting wherever we are for about 30-45 minutes, knowing you can shift and move whenever you like. But checking in now. Ooh, excuse me, still healing. But checking in now, just to ensure that our seat, our root, our foundations have what they need, so that we can focus our attention where we really want it, which is in the head, the neck, and the shoulders tonight. Once you feel fully supported in every luscious way you can offer yourself. And if you've chosen nothing, that's all right. I'd encourage you, maybe if you always choose nothing, to snag a blanket, pillow, just a little something. And then you might close your eyes, let your vision grow focused or grow fuzzy in the distance, unfocused. Whatever you choose, we'll begin to notice the breath in our body. Your natural inhale and exhale, how the breath in fills the lungs, maybe even the belly. How each exhale softens and releases. You might let those shoulders go on your next exhale as well. These little emojis, are gonna pop up. I gotta figure out that setting. We continue just breathing in regardless of what pops up on our screen or in our mind. We let it go away. We release it, pop it like a bubble, come back to the breath. You can remain just like this, conscious with the sensation of the expansion of your inhales, the softening and the release of your exhale. Or you might try a chanting technique that was recently popularized by Dr. Peter Levine. It's very simple. It's just called the VU breath. And you literally say VU with your vocal cords. But we're going to say it at a pitch, and you're going to feel where the vibration shows up in the mouth, the throat, the chest. Whatever note you choose, maybe the same as mine, maybe something else. When you're ready, let's take a big inhale together to begin. And then find your VU. VU. I feel the tickle in the front of my throat. You might try a lower note and see where you feel it. Breathe in when you're ready. VU. I feel it down here in my chest. Maybe we choose a higher note. Inhale to fill the body. Find your VU. VU. You feel it up here maybe in the nasal passages or the sinuses. I want you to find the VU down here in the heart and the throat again, whatever that sound was. VU. Again, find your VU on the exhale. Hold it. Feel the vibration. And then let's do it again. Inhale. VU. Find your VU. One more time. Inhale. VU. Find your VU. Hold for as long as the breath allows. And then find your natural breath once more. This simple vu, this mantra, this breath and vocal cord work deeply stimulate the vagal nerves, which help our nervous system become embodied in this present moment. It allows our mind to notice sensation and to say, oh, we can be in our bodies. So anytime you feel nervous, worked up, like maybe you have big feelings or excess energy to release, find that vu. From here, let's find some movement. On an inhale, if you'd like, you might sweep those arms out and up. Exhale, palms together towards the heart center. A little pressure there in the palms. Inhale, press out through those fingertips. The arms lengthen. Exhale, maybe a little more pressure in the palms of the hands. Continue to move like this with the breath, as large of arm sweeps as your body would like, knowing some days it's this. Maybe every day. What a beautiful thing to show up for your physical body in exactly the way that it needs you to right now. A few more breaths just like this. Feeling those muscles engage in the arms as you draw the palms towards the heart. Pressing those palms together. One last time, deepest inhale into the very depths of the belly. Exhale as slow as you can go. Maybe add that voo towards the end. Beautiful. Warming up the shoulders a little more. Just with some shoulder circles. Our neck and our face, right, we're attached. The whole body, not just through the bones and the muscular structure that we think about, but through the fascia, that skin-like fibrous connective tissue that covers the entirety of underneath the skin, covers your muscles, your organs, creates much of your joints. So we honor all parts of us as we take care of the neck and the face tonight. So big shoulder circles on a deep breath in. I'm going to talk a little less, move a little more. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders together, roll them up. Exhale, squeeze them back, roll them down. And you might do this with the palms on the lap. You might press those fingertips down towards the earth with each exhale, really lengthening through the neck as you release each breath. And here I'm pressing down through my fingertips as I press length through my spine. Switch directions if you'd like. A few more circles. And then on an exhale, keep those shoulders nice and low, those fingertips pressing towards the earth. We're going to lower our right ear towards our right shoulder. Maybe you keep the jaw softly closed here. Maybe you explore opening it wide and then closing it again softly, exploring how stretching the muscles of the jaw might change what you feel in the neck and shoulders. Just maybe. Not definitely, but we explore how sensation moves, rolls, shifts, is affected by all of our movement. Beautiful. Now we're getting this beautiful vagal stim here. You might take that right hand and use it to further weight the head down. Just getting an even deeper stretch into that connective tissue, into those muscles as you reach those left fingertips towards the earth. And you might keep the eyes closed and soft here along with that jaw. Or you might roll your eyes on up towards the ceiling until you feel those muscles around the eye sockets engage. We're just getting even deeper into the vagal nerves here. Inviting not only a release of all this tension that we hold in the jaw, the shoulders, the neck, but we're stimulating the vagal nerves, finding that nervous system sweet spot. And with each deep breath into the belly, into the heart, right? With each deep breath that you expand and fill your body, all this work happens at an even greater pace. The muscles, the fascia, the vagal nerves. We breathe deep. We invite all that good oxygen. We invite the beautiful stretch and release. We take time to go slow, to hang out, to notice all the little details in these moments in our bodies and use them as tools to aid us in our release, in our relief, in our healing, not just for our physical body, but for our emotional body. When you're ready, close your eyes. Let the head float upright. We held that a long time. Whoo, feel what you feel. Maybe it's an ache, maybe a floating, maybe a relief from intensity. Maybe you open the jaw and close it wide a few more times. Get that good stretch. And then invite your ear towards the opposite shoulder. Fingertips pressed down towards the earth. Keeping those shoulders nice and low. The neck nice and long. Maybe that arm weights the head down. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that wasn't your jam. And then find where you want your eyes, towards the ceiling, softly closed. Relax your jaw and just be here. Feel your breath deep in your body with each inhale. With each breath in, notice how you expand and stretch to further lengths, heights, widths. You are 3D. Let your breath expand you in all directions. And then when you're ready, only if you'd like, we're going to release the hand, but keep the head weighted. Ooh, a little different this time. And then from here, keeping the weight of the head heavy, you're going to pivot the head on the neck. So looking down towards the ground or towards that left shoulder. And then you might rotate the head up towards the sky. Keep the jaw relaxed as you do this. And you might just notice what you feel. On an exhale, hold that gaze down towards the earth. And then gently, when you're ready, float the head up to neutral, nice and slow. Note sensation. What do you feel? Right or wrong, maybe you have the words or you don't. Let it be messy. Let it be imperfect. The names, the labels, we can let them go. They're temporary. The important part is noticing. Beautiful. We're going to love on the neck a little more. So we do this often in our somatic yoga classes, lifting the chin skyward. With each breath in, lift that chin skyward. You might even begin to press down into your feet or your seat or both. And feel as you anchor down, maybe you can lift, rising up through the front of the throat, just a little taller. Jaw remains softly closed here. And then maybe you can feel this whole stretch here, these platysma muscles lengthening. This is such a beautiful opportunity to bring relief to the face, the jaw, youth to the jaw. Right? It's worry, it's fear that pulls the skin, the flesh, the muscles, the tissue down. And so We release that worry by stretching those muscles, stretching that fascia. Breathe deep into your throat. And then you might place your palms atop the heart center. Gently press down as that chin continues to rise. We're just going to check in with the back of the head. You might place your hand there. We just want to make sure the back of the head isn't relaxing back towards those shoulder blades. But that you're lifting tall, finding this length. And then keeping this length, you might rock the head back and forth. Right? I'm just dipping my left ear and then my right while holding that chin skyward, keeping these muscles lengthened. This is really exhausting. This can be tiring. So take a break anytime you like and then find yourself back here. We're going to pause, right ear towards that right shoulder. And then lift that chin back skyward, switch sides, let the opposite ear drop. Let it be messy. Beautiful. Rise up to neutral when you are ready. We want to get an even deeper stretch in these platysma muscles here. These platysma muscles, they attach to the muscles that run up the chin, right? The muscles around the lips, here in the cheeks and the mandible, and here it pulls it down, right? You can see how a lot of the things that we associate with aging are also signs of constant stress, of worry, of the body curling in on itself, of us working hard, hustling on our phones, on our laundry, on our dishes, on our laptops. So we open this up, and we do this by taking our fingertips, pressing them down into the tops of the collarbones, and then again lifting that chin skyward. And we're really, because we're pressing the collarbones down, really getting into the attachment points of these muscles. So we lift, we feel the stretch. We breathe deep into the belly. A lot of folks used to stress that they were stretching their skin here, but you might feel your skin has a lot of elasticity. There's a lot of looseness here. Often what we experience as tightness and pulling is actually the fascia, the tissue beneath the skin that has grown short and thick, and it needs to be lengthened and thinned out. Beautiful. Allow the head to melt back to neutral. Another way of really getting into the platysma muscles is releasing the muscles from a top point. So a really great area is by stretching this circular muscle around the lips upward. We can then pull the top of these platysma muscles upward and find a little length in here. Plus, it takes the natural down curl of worried lips. I got it. I got that worried face. And it helps release it into a more natural, easeful face, I guess. So from here, both fingertips, find the corner of your mouth. And then two things happen. Keeping the lips soft, the jaw relaxed, you're going to press back into the mouth, just like this, and then up towards the eyes. So back in and then up. I know it looks wild, right? Face yoga, we do crazy stuff here. Holding this, lift the chin skyward. Press through that chin. You might even find a big smile here to aid this movement. And we're not sliding our fingers along the skin. We're just using pressure to hold here. And then release, let it go. Relax. You can even notice a few times doing this that it will instantly begin to release the sides of the lips. I'm going to cough for a moment. Excuse me. Healing, healing. Let's do this 2 more times, right? With repetition in face yoga comes a lot of release. Once more, we press back and up. And then lift that chin skyward. Really actively lift. Don't forget to breathe. We often hold our breath doing these things, so breathe deep into the belly. Invite the nervous system to remain calm. The mind still as you explore this face yoga. And bring it on down when you're ready. Release. Right? One more time. If you would like, press back and up. Lift that face. On your next breath in, you might breathe into that space behind your belly button, filling the body deep. And then when you're ready, the face releases back to neutral. From here, there's a lot of tension that's held in these muscles, right? We call this the coat hanger area of the body. So we're going to tend to that. I mean, we have been, but we're going to continue to in a really diabolical way by crossing our arms across our chest. And I would normally do it across the shoulders here. I'm just afraid of knocking my mic off. So we'll do that. Cross the arms. You might grab at the shoulders, the elbows, whoever feels good. On an inhale, lift length through the spine, press through the feet. On your next exhale, so we're taking our time to do this, right? A few breaths is going to take us there. On an exhale, turn towards the right. Just the heart and the head and the shoulders. So the knees and the hips remain exactly where they are, and it's just the upper body that turns. Breathe deep as you do this, just finding your natural twist, your range of motion here. Notice if the knees want to slide with you, and then invite them back to neutral. Once you've found yourself in this twist, tuck the chin in towards the heart. Lower the top of the head down towards the earth. Let your tongue soften in your mouth. Let the back of your neck lengthen. We imagine all those tight muscles that hold each vertebra in place, finding a little length, a little space here. And then you might hang out just like this, or you might begin to slowly roll that right ear on over towards that right shoulder, so slow, like syrup slow. Ooh. You might even roll it so far you start gazing up at the ceiling, and then slowly roll it on back until that chin is tucked in at the heart center. Let's do that again. Roll it on up. The head hangs heavy. The neck remains long. Ooh, just as far as the body says yes to and no further. Listening to our body is our wisdom, not our weakness. Once or twice more at your own pace, and really, like, maybe you find somewhere extra delicious and you're like, hang out there. Soften your butt cheeks there, right? Soften the jaw, the shoulders. Let everything release. Take deep breaths into your belly. This is what lets those muscles release and soften. Otherwise, we just stay habitually clenched, habitually tensed. When you're ready, release back to neutral. Whichever arm is on top, we're going to recross our arms in the opposite direction. It's going to feel funky, and that's kind of the point. We might just notice the funkiness and then let it be okay. From here, an inhale finds that length again, and then an exhale turns that upper body in the opposite direction. Find your spot, right? Take your time to get there. Square the knees and the hips, that heart really reaching with those shoulders. And then when it feels right, slowly tuck that chin, lower the head, relax the jaw. How much stretch can you get through the back of the neck, down and through the shoulders? Maybe the answer is 0 and you just imagine it. I love it. If you'd like, rolling that left ear slowly towards that left shoulder as the head hangs heavy. And then rocking the head slowly back towards the start. Back and forth, y'all. You can never do this too slow. Maybe you find a sticky spot or two. Send your breath into those areas as you relax through the glutes, maybe even through the toes on your feet. Can you also relax into wherever you're feeling this tension in your body? Let it soften. As you soften, you're letting go of so much more than muscular tension. You're letting go of all the energy that gets trapped in your body. Each time your muscles clench, your fascia shortens and thickens to support you, your big feels, your hardships, your struggles. Life is not easy right now. Hell no. It's okay to struggle. And that's why we hang out and we release. When you're ready, roll back up to neutral. Whoo, let it go. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, we're going to do a baby bird. We've done this before in face yoga, and I love it. It's wonderful for our jaw lines, for strengthening and tucking the muscle at the jawline here. Because what happens is these platysma muscles, they shorten, right? And they thicken. And then it pulls the skin down, right? We end up with that hump at the back. And so we lengthen here. And then we strengthen here. And this really allows our head, which is like 13 pounds, plus if it leans forward, to be well supported by the neck. So we're doing powerful, not just anti-aging work, okay? Keep that in mind. Through the length of your body. Turn just the head on over towards the right, as far as it goes. Keeping the jaw soft here, just notice the effort that it takes to hold this twist in the neck. And then keeping this effort, you're gonna lift the chin up towards the ceiling, only as far as it can go, while feeling right? There's gonna reach a point where you're like, nah, I'm starting to untwist to lift, right? Keep the twist and lift. The shoulders remain relaxed. They're gonna wanna hitch up towards the ears. Habit, right? We're unraveling all those habits tonight. And then this is beautiful. We could do it just like this, but the real baby bird, this toning, comes in when we stick our tongues up towards our nose. Notice how it just pulls it in and engages right here. And you're holding this effort through the tongue as the tongue reaches skyward, maybe past your nose, who knows? And as you hold this effort, you're breathing into your belly, don't forget. Find your stillness here as you breathe deep into your body. Feel the effort build through the tongue and the throat. And then release. Unravel the neck back to neutral. Beautiful. Let's draw a few circles on the ceiling with the top of our head. Woo. You might start them out small and then let them grow. It's just a nice way to love on the neck. Maybe you switch directions here. And then in your own time, float your head back up to neutral. Let's find baby bird the opposite way. An inhale when you're ready finds length through the spine. Exhale, twist the head. Find your range of motion. Drop those shoulders down. And then ever so slowly that chin floats skyward. Stop when you feel a pull, a tug, maybe an effort at the back of the head. We just take a moment here. Don't forget that breath, deep inhales. And then stick that tongue out towards the sky. Another breath or two. And then slowly pull it all back in. Let's do this once more to either side. Then we're going to do a gentle mewing. And then we'll do our lymph massage and drainage. So looking towards the right, lift, baby bird. Can you continue to soften those shoulders and deepen your breath as you hold this posture? Relax, release to neutral. On your next breath in, invite length. Exhale, turn the head. Slowly lift that chin and baby bird. Soften the shoulders. Release and unravel when you're ready. Beautiful. A few more head circles. I know. Let the head hang heavy if that feels good. Again, hanging out anywhere it feels good, delicious, right? Stretchy, achy, cracky, bubbly. Hang out and feel as you breathe oxygen deep into the body. Beautiful. From here, a gentle mewing. My 15-year-old does this all the time. You hear them, right? But mewing, what we're going to do is we're going to press the back of the tongue up against the roof of our mouth. And notice how, and you can press the whole tongue, but really focusing on the back tongue, pressing into that soft palate at the back of the mouth. And notice as you do that, how these muscles engage and the bottom of the chin gently lifts. So here's without, and then with. Without, with. So take a moment, press the tongue into the soft palate, hold, engage these muscles. Can you relax the lips while you do this? The cheeks. Only the tongue remains engaged. And then relax, let it go. And then if you would like, does it look silly? Yes. But watch how this vibrates. You think that doesn't release tension and invite blood flow? You're wild. Ooh, excuse me. From here, let me grab a cough drop. I came prepared. From here, once you're done with your soft mewing exercises, let's get into our lymph massage. Now, as we massage the skin, we are looking for our fingertips to glide across the skin, never to pull it. So I recommend that you use some sort of facial oil. Now that can be coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil. I am using like black seed oil, but do what feels good to you. You might just use an abundance of facial moisturizer. Regular lotion tends to soak in rather quickly, so if you're using regular lotion, reapply anytime you start to feel the fingers pull on the skin. So grab your moisturizer, rub it between your palms, a generous amount. More is more here, never less. And then instead of rubbing it, we're gonna dapple it. Tap, 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 from top to bottom, all the way down to those collarbones, all the way up to the hairline. You might even get around the ears, the chin. And then once you're fully dappled, then you start to spread, right? It's much less pulling on the skin when we do it that way. Get the lips, don't forget. Oh, the lips deserve nourishment. The nasal folds here. The space where your sunglasses sit, right up in here, is a pressure point. So you might take your fingertips or your knuckles if you've got nails, and we simply press this inner points towards one another. And you can do that this way, but let's do that now. When you're ready, find that pressure and hold. Again, breathing deep into the belly. This relaxes the mind, calms the jaw. And then release when you're ready. You might finish spreading. And then from here, when we drain lymph fluid is excess white blood cells, right? They need to be recycled back down into the organs to be expelled or reused. So what happens is we take all of the fluid and we're pressing it down towards our organs, specifically towards the heart center. And those white blood cells, they carry on the back of our circulatory system. So before we start the drainage, we're gonna warm up the places where these lymph fluids, these white blood cells, are gonna go. The first place is behind/underneath the ear. There's a big vein, and so I take a peace sign to either side and then pressing directly into my skull, I find circles. We're just warming up and massaging. You might go up and down instead of circles. Ooh, really get into that jaw. We've got oil on our fingertips, so we can literally do whatever we want. Make sure it feels good. I'm going to encourage you also to pull on the earlobe. Pull it down. We're also going to pull it back and then up. Getting in to the muscle around here as well. And then the other ear, we can actually do this at the same time. Maybe I should have said that. But focusing on the small little sensations is powerful. Right? Pull. As firm as feels good. And the second place is right behind the collarbone. And we've already done work there. But either way, take some time to gently roll your fingertips back behind that collarbone and give it a back and forth rub. You might even feel a little divot here in the collarbone. You can actually feel the divot in the bone where you have a major vein that runs through there. So we're just encouraging blood flow to these areas so that our drainage is even more impactful. Otherwise, You're sort of flushing fluid down into a system that doesn't have any room for it. And what happens? It goes right back. Beautiful. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to use your fingertips and then a gua sha stone. This is a classic shape. This is my favorite shape. This is jade. You can get them in ceramic, metal, or other stones. But fingertips really are, if you have never used them, one of the most deeply self-aware tools that you can use for this. So we're going to pin a point along the midline of our forehead using our 4 fingertips, just like this. And then I'm going to squeegee my hand. So I'm using my fingertips. Some people do this. I do this. I'm pressing my 2 fingertips like a blade, like a squeegee, into the forehead. And then I'm pulling it out and down towards that ear where I'm expecting this fluid to drain, right? This is just like we're squeegeeing like a window in a car, except for it's our gorgeousness faces. Beautiful. If you're using a stone, you take that flat edge, pull. And after about 5 or so times, you're going to pull all the way down the neck towards the collarbone. And then do that again. And you can do this 5 times, you can do this 20 times, you decide, but we switch sides. We anchor the skin so it doesn't just pull across the forehead. And then we lymph drain. Our squeegee just inviting that fluid. And then all the way down to the collarbone when you're ready. You might notice any places where there are bumps or aches along the way. These are tissues, right? This can be scar tissue. This can be fat buildup. It can be muscle tension. And we're just massaging it out, finding smoothness in our base layer. So we're going to move down. Now, to enliven, if you're like me and you've got those dark circles from not sleeping, you're going to take your ring finger at that sunglasses point, and starting from here, you're going to go up over the eyebrow ridge and then gently underneath, finding that eye socket, right? That ocular ridge. Just big circles. And I'm going to encourage you to use a lot of facial oil. I'm going to grab some more here because we do not want to pull the tissue that's underneath the eye. It's paper thin. It doesn't have the same oil glands or fat buildup that the rest of the face does. And so we're gentle with these circular motions. Beautiful. This invites blood flow to the area, right? Gua sha, that stone that I was using, literally translates into make red, the point of which is to bring blood flow, bring fresh oxygen and nutrients to the area. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take it a little lower. So I'm going to pull my nose over to one side and then using my left hand, again, finding that blade, right? Finding the blade. I'm going to sweep fluid away from my nostril crease right here. So I'm just pulling it out. Oop, just like I'm trying to gently sweep that nostril ridge away. And then I'm going to keep pulling that fluid, following the cheekbone all the way to the ear. And I come back, collect a little more fluid, and then pull following the bottom ridge of that cheekbone to the ear. And if you're using a gua sha, you use this rounded edge. Looks just like this, right? Pull that fluid and then continue to follow up to the ear. And when you've done this 5 or so times, then I would say turn the stone or your fingers, pull it down towards the collarbone and just find your way back here. This is great for allergies as well. And then we're going to take a moment here and we're really going to get into these muscles. So if you're a teeth grinder, you might take your fingertips and find the muscle that pops out when you clench your teeth. We're going to press in and find circles. And you might open and close the jaw slowly as you do this. Maybe you take a deep sigh, maybe a moan or a groan. Enjoy the animal that is your body in this moment. Let the tension that you've been holding release. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's move to the opposite side. So again, fingertips or gua sha stone. And then following the lower ridge of that cheekbone all the way to the ear. Let that fluid, the excess fluid, drain. And then when you're ready, pull down towards those collarbones. We want to give all this fluid every opportunity to be gone. Beautiful. As many times as you like, right? Like this is a massage for the muscles too. This isn't just beautification. It's not just skin treatment. It's not just somatic awareness. This is also a deep massage. Beautiful. From here, get into that muscle. If you're using your gua sha stone, there's no reason that you can't. I like to take a saw motion back and forth, can be nice. But really nothing quite like touching yourself, receiving your own touch. So wherever you want to be, explore releasing these muscles. Take your time. You can never go too slow, remember? Take your time. Beautiful. From here, I want to honor our little laugh lines. I love my laugh lines. Sometimes they set in and they can get dry, they can crack. There's also, these muscles are pulled back towards the cheek because of constant tension here. So we're going to release this area and we'll start just like this. So holding the nose, we're going to gently press the length of our finger down into that crease and press it directly back into our face. So just holding. You can actually do this with both sides at once if you like. And as you hold this, bonus, if you take your thumbs and press the jaw up and in. So we're just holding like this. We're getting a nice stretch and release from this muscle and the fascia. We're also squishing stagnant blood out of the area. And then release when you're ready. Beautiful. Take your time and let's do this one more time. So press in towards the face. Maybe the thumbs to the jaw and hold. This also engages the muscles at the back of the neck because you're pressing forward as the arms press back. Strengthening the back of the neck also helps us get rid of that tech neck hump, that stress neck hump that I have. So many of us. Neurodivergence, our posture, all play a role in that. When you're ready, release, let go. Beautiful. We're going to get into the jawline. If you haven't explored this with your fingers yet, please do. Just like with the forehead, we pin the chin at the midpoint with the fingertips. And then I'm taking my thumb, right, just like we had it along the jaw, but I'm pinching it, right? I'm pinching it and I'm going to slide back towards the ear. And I'm going to pinch my jawline the whole way and just really feel. Can you feel the mandible? Can you feel that muscle there? Or that bone there, underneath all that muscle? Maybe you feel like lumps and bumps as you do this. Again, fat or connective tissue can collect and tighten. And so we just bring a softening, a releasing, a more even spread. We literally cannot do this too many times. There is no such thing. This is also great if you struggle with ear infections or ear aches, right? All the way up towards the base of that ear. And then after a while, you might flip the hand, find your finger blades, pull some of that fluid down towards those clavicles. Just really pulling that fluid down the neck. And then one more time, the jaw. Knowing you're nourishing yourself as you do this, you might give your earlobe or your ear a little pull before you head back to the starting point. Let it be luscious. Let it be for you. And then once more, pull any excess fluid down the neck. And then continue this movement with or without your gua sha stone of just pulling excess fluid from the jawline down towards the collarbone. And you're going to explore from the chin to the earlobe, all on the left side of the neck here. Right, you can tuck that stone up in there, that gua sha, or the fingers, right? Fingers. You can get up behind the ear, down into the shoulders. And then when you're ready, let's find the other side. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I have like a little jowl here. And it just smooths out. It's just nice, right? It's pink and red because we've invited that circulation. So we'll pin the opposite side of the chin. And then this time, if we're using the gua sha stone, there's this L-shaped divot that you just notch right into the chin there. And then it acts as your thumb as you pull it towards the earlobe. So take your time. I like my fingers better for this one too. A gua sha stone is great for home use. Like, it's super effective if you only have 5 minutes and you really just want to get through this. But if you are in a spot where you can nourish self, where you can pause and slow down, there is nothing quite like feeling your own muscles, your own jawline. And then give that earlobe some love, right? As long as you want to do it. For as long as it feels good, right? This is not about metrics. It's not about crossing something off of your list. This is about pleasure. This is about self-nourishment. When you're up for it, squeegee down the neck. From chin to ear. This is something that the stone is really lovely for. Can you breathe deep into your belly while you do this? Keeping the jaw soft as you release those tight muscles. And then note, you can do this down the front. Your trachea is here, and so you're going to find that your windpipe and your vocal cords are affected. But there's no reason that you can't, aside from it might be uncomfortable. But listen to your body. Take all the time that you need. Whew. And then once you're done, just feel all the hard work, that energy that you poured upon yourself to be recycled, right? To be reused, to help you flourish and thrive. You did that for you. As we come to the end of our face yoga practice, let's find our vu again. On a deep breath in, fill the lungs and the body. Exhale, find your vu. Vu. Maybe you let it get loud. Vu. Feel the vibrations in your chest. On your next breath in, continue your vu for as long as you like. Vu. Vu. You might continue your vus or find your natural inhale and exhale. However you choose to end your practice now, you might take a gentle bow in the head. Just a moment to show gratitude for our bodies, for our necks, our shoulders, our jaws, our tongues, for carrying such heaviness, for the effort that our body has put in to unraveling the tension, unraveling from that heaviness. And you might even show yourself some gratitude for giving your body that opportunity. Such a wonderful owner of your body. I'm so glad your body has you in it. As you move through the rest of your evening, maybe you go to sleep, maybe there's work to be done. Remember a simple twist, a simple reaching of the chin, a deep breath in, and we can center ourselves. We can begin to unravel that automatic clenching and tensing to find a new softness in ourselves. Remember that the light and the dark in me sees the light and the dark in you. And we are the same. Thank you for practicing with me tonight.